May adlaw na tong tanan. If you have carpal tunnel syndrome or if you have a hand or wrist injury, then you might want to watch this video. Hi, I'm Nathan. I'm your occupational therapist, and my goal is to help you be more consistent with your therapy at home. When you have wrist and hand injuries such as carpal tunnel syndrome or you have a hand or wrist fracture, it is so difficult to do your day-to-day activities. Imagine, we take for granted a lot of things, and one of them is your hand function. And when you lose them, that's when you realize how important they are. Anyway, that's enough for the soapbox for the day. But yeah, in today's video, I'm going to show you exercises and stretches to treat your carpal tunnel syndrome or wrist fracture and to prevent those injuries. By the way, before we do these exercises, just make sure that your wrist and hand is not too painful to move. And if they are still very painful, just rest and let it heal for a few days and use a splint or a brace. And I will link down below what my recommended wrist or brace is for a carpal tunnel syndrome or just a minor wrist and hand injury. Alright, so if you're ready, follow along with me. We will start with warm-ups and we will need to get the blood flow into your arms, wrist, and hand, okay? So get your arms straight like this and open and close, all right? So you can do as many times as you want because these are just warm-ups, all right? Keep your arms straight, open and close, shoulder level. Then put your arms up 10 times if you want to. I'm not counting, just follow along with me, okay? You will feel your forearms get tired after this. All right, now let's put our arms out and straight, open and close still. You will feel your forearms burn. Yeah, trust me. If you don't, then you can do more. All right, so that is the warm-ups. Now we're going to do wrist rotations. Put your fingers together like this, and you're going to rotate your wrist just like that. Okay, so about 30 seconds or so of wrist rotations, assisted wrist rotations. Okay, you can go slow if you want to, just like that. All right, and then after you do your wrist rotations, assisted wrist rotations, and clasp your hands and fingers, and then you're going to just do this. Wrist rotations, full range. Try to make big circles or draw big circles with your hand and wrist, okay? So that is our second exercise, which is wrist rotations. Now let's do the prayer position. So bring your hands together and fingers together like that and bring your elbows out. Okay, we are going to point our fingers out and away from us and back to you. So in these exercises, we are not going to hold the stretches because we will lose the strength of your muscles if we hold the stretches. We want a dynamic stretch, okay? So this is the prayer position. Now let's do the reverse prayer. So what you want to do is to bring the backs of your hands together like that and then away and back to you like that, okay? You see it from the side? Okay, let's do a little bit more of the reverse prayer. Try to bring your elbows out to get that deep stretch, all right? Now let's go back to the prayer position. Again, elbows out, fingers in and out, away and towards you. All right? And back to reverse prayer position. You can go slow again. If it is too painful, just stick to the exercises that are tolerable for you, okay? And rest. That is your prayer and reverse prayer positions. Now let's stand up and let's go to your dining table. So we will start with your palms facing down and flat on the table, all right? And again, we are not holding the stretches, so we need to keep moving. Try to rotate your arms like that. Go slow. All right? Rotate your arm in and out as far as you can tolerate. Go back. Okay? Let's do that one more time. So this is palm facing down on the table with rotational movement. All right? Now, we are going to bring your palms facing up. This is more difficult than the palms facing down. So, again, we're going to add rotational movement. Rotate your arms in and out as far as you can tolerate. Now I can feel that I cannot rotate some more, so I go back. All right? Do not force it. Otherwise, you might injure yourself even more. All right? So, keep rotating. Now, after a few times of that, go back to the palms facing down, and now we are going to add circular movements. So, putting weight on those wrists, okay? Circular movements. From the side, I'll show you. You just go in circles. So your entire body goes over to the side and back. Okay? You can also do the reverse. Let's do the reverse. Twice. Now let's go back. Okay? So that's palm facing down. Now let's go to the palms facing up again with circular movement. Dynamic stretch here. Okay? So go in circles twice or 3 times. Then go back, reverse. Okay? One more round. Palm facing down. Circular motion. Just follow along with me. It might be easier to be consistent when you follow along with me, okay? Reverse. And palm facing up, palms facing up. Circles. Dynamic stretching here, okay? And that is your palms facing down and palms facing up with rotation and circular motions. Now let's do the wrist and hand deviations. So we are going to go this way, keeping our arms straight, and we're going to bring our fist up and down. We want to warm up and stretch first before we do the actual exercise for that particular movement, okay? So let's do about 10 times more, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so that is the warm-up and stretch. So now we are going to actually strengthen our wrist and hand, going ulnar and radial deviation. So you can use a hammer, whatever you can find at home that is light enough or heavy enough for you to tolerate and do that movement, okay? So I'm going to use a hammer. If you have a hammer, get your hammer. Or if you have canned goods, canned soup, canned beans, or water bottles, okay? So we're just going to do the same movement. Forearm is neutral, right? Just like that. And ulnar and radial deviations, okay? So let's go and let's do 10. Try to do this 10 times 3 sets, okay? And that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. I'll change props here, okay? So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do not force that movement. Just go as far as you can tolerate, okay? This is 7, 8, 9, 10. And that is your wrist deviations. And then lastly, we will go back to your dining table and we will do wrist and finger push-ups. So we're going to put weight on our hands and fingers, and first we will do the wrist push-ups. So from the side, you're just going to pick up your hand and bring it back down, keeping the fingers on the table, okay? Flat on the table. So up and down. Go slow with this one, okay? So we're going to do 10. Again, put some weight on your wrist and hand, and we're going to do the wrist push-ups, okay? So let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so that is your wrist push-ups on the table. If you can do this on the floor and on your force, you can do this there too. But just to prevent injury in this particular situation, we will be doing this on the table, on the dining table. All right, next exercise, we are going to do the finger push-ups. So again, put some weight on your wrist and hand and pick up your entire hand, keeping the fingertips, just the fingertips on the table, okay? So just like that, keep your fingertips on the table, pick up your entire hand. Okay, I'll do this from the side so you can see again, all right? This side this time, okay? So let's do 10, all right? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that is your finger push-ups and wrist push-ups, the first set. And so those are the recommended exercises and stretches that you can do at home to prevent and treat a wrist and hand fracture or injury such as a carpal tunnel syndrome. And again, please wear your splint or brace to let your injury heal while you're doing your day-to-day activities. And I'm going to leave a link down below in the description area, okay? And if you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, type it down below in the comment section, okay? And so, just a reminder, consistency is the key and never give up. Until next time, paalam!